Hey guys, Spencer Coffman here with the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. Today we are talking about where should you invest. Hello and welcome to the Internet Hustler YouTube channel. My name is Spencer Coffman. Today we are talking about where you should invest. Now, before we get started, let me tell you that I am not your financial advisor. So what I say isn't something that you should just instantly do. You need to do your own research, and you need to make sure that your situation and your life with the money you are making and the money you're investing, your family situation, your spouse, you need to make sure all of that fits and it works for you. So if you have a financial advisor and you want to talk to them about it, if you have friends or family that you want to talk to them about it first, that would be great. You can share this video with them using the links below. You can send it to them in an email, or you can share it on your social media. You can send it to them in a message through Facebook or wherever. You can copy the link. Do that, they can watch it, and then you can ask them questions about it based on your life. That is fine. So with that, let's get into some great places where you should be investing, of course, if it makes sense for you. So the number one principle or the number one rule is that you should be investing in tax favored or tax sheltered investments. Now, what are those? Well, we have a video here about protecting your assets and where you should be investing to protect your assets. So you can check that out because that's a great video for this purpose. But quickly, we're going to go over them. Where should you be investing? Tax sheltered or favored. So what are those? Number one, Roth IRA. You should be putting the maximum every year in your Roth IRA and make sure that that is in a good fund category where you're making about 10 to 12% a year. That's going to compound. You can't touch that until you're 59 and a half. So it's pretty much just set it and forget it. Make sure you're putting in the maximum every year based on your life, your situation. You have to have an earned income to do that, so you may not qualify, but if you qualify, make sure you're sending it in there, and the max could be anywhere from 5,000 to 7,000 a year. Of course, those values could change depending on your situation, but Roth IRA. Number two, life insurance. Make sure you have a great life insurance plan. Check out a video here on life insurance about whole life or term life or what you should get. My recommendation is you get some form of customized whole life. That means that you're going to pay for it for your whole life. But that the money that you're putting in is not simply lost to premiums. It's being invested and you're earning a return, and that is going to be growing, compounding interest, and you're going to get that back pretty much tax-free, tax-favored. It's a tax-sheltered investment, so you're not going to have to pay a bunch of taxes on it like you would if you were throwing it into a mutual fund. So that's number two. Number three, health savings account or HSA. So that is something that you should definitely be doing. We have another video here where you can learn all about HSAs compared to FSAs or health, like different health accounts. So check that out. But an HSA or a health savings account, you should be funding in after you have the Roth and your life insurance. Then you should be funding a health savings account. Now, you may not have that option available depending on your life insurance or your health insurance policy and your employer. So if you have this available and if it makes sense for your life, because you have to have what is called a high deductible health plan or an HDHP in order to have that health savings account. But if it makes sense for your situation and your life, having that is great. So a health savings account, you can fund that, and that money will grow tax-free. And then you can take that money out for a qualifying health expense. My advice would be to leave that there till you become elderly and then use it at that point in time. If you spend it all out when you're young, then it really doesn't have time to grow and get that compound interest, and you're not taking advantage of that tax-free growth. So that would be number three. So a Roth IRA, life insurance policy, some type of custom whole life, and then the health savings account. So that's where you should be investing. Beyond that, how do you get into any of those? Well, the Roth IRA, if you have what is called an employer-sponsored retirement plan, traditionally like a 401k, then you should definitely be funding that up to your employer match. So if your employer matches 4%, you should be funding it. The portion that you put in needs to be going to that Roth IRA. The portion that they contribute has to go to a traditional IRA. But that's free money, so you don't mind paying taxes on that when it grows because you didn't put it in there. It's free. And then the money you're putting in can go in that Roth, and then if you wanted to put extra in, it would have to go into the traditional because you don't want to put more in that Roth than you can. So make sure you're funding up to the match. Their money is going in the traditional, yours is going in the Roth. Extra money is going into that life insurance, custom whole life, and then beyond that it's going into the health savings account in addition to. Once you have all of those funded fully, then you can start getting into some extra investments. What do I mean by that? Things like stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, other types of paper assets like that. Where can you do that? Check out this YouTube channel. It's the Internet Hustler channel. There's playlists all over the place on different crypto platforms, different stock exchange platforms that you can get on. My personal favorites to get on would be Nexo and KuCoin regarding cryptocurrency, and then I really like Robinhood for stock exchange platforms. So get on them and you can start investing in stocks. Webull is also really good because they'll give you a bunch of free stocks if you join through my referral link. So make sure to check that out. But then once you have those others funded, start putting your extra money into those types of assets and just let it grow. When you hit a certain dollar amount there, then you should be converting that into an irrevocable asset protection trust so that your assets will be protected. There's another video here about the irrevocable asset protection trust, so make sure you check that out. And that's pretty much it. So make sure you fund in those tax-free or tax-sheltered first. Then when those are maxed out every single year, start funding in the stuff that you're going to have to pay taxes on, the paper assets, stocks, bonds, cryptos, that kind of thing. And then if you start getting really beyond that, another great way to invest would be in other assets that are going to make money for you, things like real estate or businesses. But we're not getting into that. Those are for other people. You're going to have to take loans to do that. You're going to have to have risk. You're going to have to manage them. That's a whole nother category. We're talking about the simple stuff that you can do each and every day with small dollar amounts without going into debt. So that would be those tax-favored investments, Roth IRA, custom whole life, health savings account, and then beyond that, some paper assets, stocks, bonds, crypto, mutual funds, etc. So if you have any questions, please comment below. If you have any concerns about it, comment below. If you need help, comment below. I'm here for you. Also, make sure that you talk this over with your friends or your family or your financial advisor, someone you trust. Feel free to share this video with them, have them watch the video, and then call them up and say, all right, now I want to ask you about it, and get into that conversation. In addition, if you want to share this with your kids or anything like that to help them learn and get a good financial education, this is just one tool, one part of a financial education that you should hopefully continue to always be learning. So feel free to share this with them as well. You could really change their life by giving someone a great financial education. So in addition, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell icon down there to stay tuned to future videos so that you can continue learning yourself. Until next time.